Can you comply with my request? Where's your water department? Ma'am, you're totally wrong. This would become a legal matter if you choose to go this route. Should I go over FOIA law with you?
No, I don't need to see that.
Show me the statute.
Sir?
Can you show me the statute?
Sir.
Who are you? Right.
What do you mean, who am I?
Who are you with?
What do you mean? I have the right to record, ma'am. I have permission here with me. I'll be waiting for the statute. Thank you. I'll be waiting for the book, sir. Ma'am, this is going to turn out a legal matter.
Okay, sir.
This is going to become a legal matter.
Today's video takes us to Des Plaines, Illinois, with a stop at the Oakton Community College, where we find GoatBoy, who's not having a very good time because he can't get the records and they're not prominently displayed. Now, this is part 2. If you didn't see part 1, you should go watch that first and check it out. Now, GoatBoy is going to be real upset. Matter of fact, he's going to need Dr. Day's butter cream when this is all over. So let's all sit back, watch, have a good laugh, and most of all, enjoy, GoatBoy.
Just to clarify here, ma'am, just to clarify, you're claiming that these records are not to be prominently displayed?
No, I'm saying that we are not required to prominently display the operating budget every day. There is a period of time that we are legally required to make them public, which we do fall. It's a certain number of days before each board meeting and after each board meeting. So that is the correct answer. If you feel that we're in violation of that and you need to call the police, you can go ahead and do so.
Well, I didn't clarify point by point here, ma'am. The purpose of this public body, is it displayed somewhere prominently?
Not every day. It is displayed publicly prior to a board meeting.
Okay, so the purpose of this, just to clarify, the purpose of this college, this public body, you're saying it changes on a day-to-day basis? The short description?
No, I'm talking about the operating budget.
Well, there's many things, ma'am. We're focusing right now on the total amount of full-time and part-time employees along with the purpose of this public body.
And that is something that you can submit a FOIA request for.
Okay, so just to clarify, you claim that it's not required to be displayed prominently. Officer, on your body-worn camera here for your corporation counsel, here's the actual law versus what she told me. Here the law says under section 140, ILCS 1, says each public body shall prominently display at each of its administrative or regional offices.
Okay, but explain it to me is irrelevant because she explained to you now what steps you need to do to take the next step you need to do.
Right.
A FOIA request.
That's all. I'm just here to keep the peace.
That's incorrect,
you don't have
officer.
to read it to me, though. I don't. It's irrelevant to the equation.
Could you call your superior here?
Police, that's fine.
But ma'am, these are records to be made available. Could you attempt to make these records available for me?
So that is not what you asked of me.
Of course I did.
No, what you asked of me was to produce them right now, and I told you that those people are not here. I can get them for you through a FOIA request.
I'm listening, ma'am. I am listening.
No, ma'am. This could become a legal matter. This could be litigation. You better be careful, ma'am.
It does say the word immediately discloses information upon request. I'm not demanding anything. I'm just asking you to follow the state statute. I don't want to have to make a police report saying that these folks, I believe, are concealing a public record, which is a felony, and official misconduct under ILCS section 33.3, where a public employee intentionally or recklessly fails to perform a mandatory duty required by law. Those are 2 felonies, ma'am. If you're able to search this stuff up and make it available, I would not have to get police involved. I'm just asking if you make these transparent records available as required by state statute. One of them is the purpose, one of them is the total amount of operating budget. Block diagram giving its functional subdivisions. I don't know if you know what that means.
No, and so you're not listening to me.
There's a right and there's a wrong.
If you won't let me finish my sentence, then that's okay. You can just call the police.
I'm listening.
So I'm the Chief Human Resources Officer.
I am listening.
I don't have access to the information that you're necessarily asking for. So it would mean that I would need to get the appropriate person to do so, who is not here right now.
I am listening.
So that is why we ask that you submit the FOIA request. And if you're saying that that is illegal and against the statute, then I would ask you to submit in writing what you need. And if you can't accept that answer and your response to me was that you need to call the police, then I'm letting you know that you can go ahead and do so. I have been given direction for that.
You told me you're unable to make one item available, which was the budget. You're telling me you don't have access to the budget.
That is correct.
Right. Do you have access to a directory, since you're the FOIA officer, listen to this, which is another requirement, a directory designating the Freedom of Information officer or officers. Could you make that available?
I don't know who that person is. I would need to call and
That's
ask.
you, ma'am. You're the FOIA officer.
This blockhead wants a block diagram, and he wants to know the purpose of the agency. This is a community college. People come here to get an education so they can find a real job, unlike you, GoatBoy. Yeah, what is wrong with this boy anyway? Oh, he's definitely a few cans short of a sixer. There's no doubt about it.
So, I'm sorry, repeat your question.
Sure, absolutely. And look at how professional I am. So number 7 is calling for, this is another item to be displayed prominently. It is a directory designating the Freedom of Information officer, or officers.
So you want a piece of paper that's posted that shows who the Freedom of Information Act officers are?
That's required by law. Not only that, ma'am, it also has to give methods on how to submit a FOIA, where to address FOIAs
Go
to.
ahead and print that for you.
Sure, yeah. But
Why
that,
don't you go ahead and do that?
that's one item. Great, great. So here's another item, ma'am. So we'll go down the line here, because I do have a checklist. I developed my own checklist. I have a right to send this to the Attorney General and let them know that, hey, these folks aren't compliant. They have everything up there wonderful. Or I have the right to complain as well.
Yes, you do.
But another item, Madam Clerk, is going to be the boards or commissions, or advisory bodies, like, for example, the attorney that represent this corporation counsel here. That's also supposed to be displayed prominently. Another item, ma'am, is the total amount of full-time and part-time employees. I don't want to waste my time going back and forth with staff as a debacle. If these items...
what?
Debacle.
Okay.
I say it like that, but I don't want to go back and forth as a debacle. So what I'd like to do is I just wanted to come in here, see these 5 pieces of paper on the wall, take an image, ask them to make them available as required by law, and tell them, have a nice day and thank you for your service.
I do not know where those are
Right.
posted.
Well, that's why I'm here. And this gives the people, our students, an opportunity to see how accountable and transparent this single public body is. As of right
I'm more than happy to share that information with you.
Yeah, yeah. Of course you do.
Absolutely.
One thing we can always count on Binder Boy for is the English language. Debacle. What the hell is a debacle? Yeah, hey, you know what? The Goat Boy's unabridged dictionary to the galaxy, no doubt.
Absolutely.
Because it's honorability, it's honesty. I don't like the sound of the staff here today. But anyway, Madam Clerk, she's attempting to make one item available. There's a total of 10. Once she produces that one item, maybe we could see if others can be made available.
Why don't you give me the list?
Ma'am, I did give you the list, ma'am. You had the list.
This is not the 10 things.
Of course it is.
Where? Show me where the 10 things are.
Great, ma'am. The first one is a brief description of itself. That's one. A block diagram giving its functional subdivisions is 2.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Could you give me a minute to look at this?
Of course.
Okay.
You got it in your hand.
They're not listed as 1 through 10. So you're stating that A is 1, B is 2.
No, not A is 1, B is 2. A has about 8 items in it
Okay.
itself.
Okay, I'll be
Yeah.
right back.
Sure. I don't want to have to call state troopers. The young lady, the Madam Clerk, sir, officer, she wants me to get the state police on the phone. My first attempt would be, this is in Des Plaines, isn't it?
Yes.
My first call would be to Des Plaines PD. Depending on how Des Plaines PD responds, have to escalate state troopers. State. Because like I said, my friend, I have reason to believe these records are being concealed. Here we have hundreds of thousands of students walking in this campus. And they have to go through this trouble to see what the purpose of this agency is, to see what the amount of operating budget, to see their organizational chart. That's not what's called for the government representative to throw her hand up and
I
tell.
believe she's trying to accommodate you for what you
No,
require.
she's now trying again. She's now trying.
Okay, well, the best I can do is just stand by and keep.
Sure.
I can't answer your question.
But according to my performance, do you think that
I'm just not going to comment.
You're not going to comment.
There's,
This is something new that GoatBoy's trying out, calling the state police, ever since he put this new binder together. I guess that's in your binder, GoatBoy, calling the state police if things don't work out. If people are concealing records, yeah, because that's a class 4 felony, remember, good people. And again, he wants to know the purpose of the agency. It's an educational facility, you doofus. Yeah, that's right. He never went to school. He doesn't know what an educational facility is.
Do you plan on creating a handwritten report or a typed up report for today's event? Okay, I'll tell you what. Let me start preparing a FOIA officer for this officer here. I'm going to hand you personally a FOIA request officer, because body-worn cameras are not subject to public disclosure unless you are a subject of the encounter. So here you are, you see me as a subject of the encounter. I'm going to hand you a FOIA. You have a duty under Section 3C to forward it over to your FOIA officer under the police side. They will be informed that I'm...
just hand it to the FOIA lady, but she's in charge of it. Then just hand it to her.
I mean, I could do that, but police has their separate FOIA officer. So I prefer that you hand to the right channel.
We go through the FOIA officer, which is located inside of HR.
Okay, well, that's not an issue. Do you have a business card on hand or a call event number?
Yeah, I gave you a phone number.
No, call event number. What phone number do you believe you gave me?
I didn't give you any number.
You just told me you gave me a number.
No, I gave you a phone number.
Oh, no, I need a call event number.
Like a police number?
No, like a interaction number.
I'm not really sure what you're
When they dispatched you over, did they create a generated code?
Yes.
Event, that's the number I need, please.
Oh, you need that? Yeah.
Yes, please.
No problem. I believe I have it right here. The number is,
Is that the call event number?
yes, it is.
Great.
Yeah, it is 5222.
Okay.
I'll wait for you to get your paper ready.
No, I'm listening.
You got it?
So,
Yeah.
I have, going to give this back to you. You
Sure.
do have to submit a FOIA request. I've just spoken to the president of our college, who also is an officer, and we are not obliged to give you anything immediately, and we don't have the information for you immediately. So you need to submit a FOIA request. And at this point, I'm going to go back into my office, and I'm going to ask you politely to submit the FOIA request, which you can do so on our website.
Oh, but ma'am, there may be 100,000 viewers that will see this lame video. I doubt that very much, but that's what GoatBoy always says. More like about maybe 2,000 or 3,000 people will see it. Yeah, but you're going to be in big trouble, man, because the state police are going to come and they're going to arrest you for multiple felonies. Then what will you do, ma'am?
And if you aren't willing to do so or leave in a compliant manner, we are going to have to ask the police to escort you off of the campus.
I hear what you're saying. Who's the
Okay.
person you spoke to?
President Smith?
President Smith, okay.
Okay.
Here's my
Thank you very
FOIA
much.
form. You need a FOIA form?
You have to email it.
No, ma'am, I could do it in person. I
No,
have my...
we're gonna-
You can't do it in person.
Of course I
You have
can.
to email it to us.
You
No,
have to
ma'am,
email
my
it to
FOIA
us.
is ready. It's ready. I just need a copy of it.
You can leave it with the police. Let's go.
Okay, I'm going to call state police now.
That's fine. You can.
Concealment of record is public
Absolutely.
felony.
You go right ahead.
Okay?
Totally understandable.
Do you see how you conducted yourself for the world to see?
I do. Thank
Yeah.
you very much. And I hope
I think you may want to ask yourself how you conducted yourself as well.
What is your
Exactly.
name? What is your name, sir, and your title?
My name is Dr. Rick Daniels, and I'm the Director of Institutional Equity and Inclusion.
Okay,
And when
you're
I ask
proud.
you
You're
your
proud
name-
that your staff members are concealing a public record from the people that fund this operation.
when I asked you
That's
your
what you're
name,
proud of, doctor.
you would not respond to me. So there is not a mutual level of respect here when I asked you your name and how I could help you. And our process is our process in terms of submitting a FOIA. We are not obligated to give you anything immediately.
There's a right and there's a wrong. Of course there
Yeah.
is. Can I have 2 FOIA forms as well? I'm going to hand this
Does
one.
that apply online?
You could do it in person. Are you refusing me to leave my FOIA in person?
You can leave it with the police. That's no problem.
The police is not willing to accept the FOIA.
My dispatch here to this gentleman.
You're the FOIA
You
officer.
will take your FOIA, don't worry, once you're done.
Okay, we're going to have to escalate this, get the police involved. You folks would have to come back out of that office to speak with the police.
That's no problem. We'll speak
Right.
to the police.
Right. And there's no way that I'm going to be escorted out here by the police officer because you folks are committing a felony. All 3 of you are complicit in committing a felony. All 3 of you.
I'm giving him that.
My purpose here is to have you folks do the right
Show me
thing.
him out.
We're locked up. Thank you very much, Mark.
Oh, no problem.
Okay, so couple things we got. We call the police here.
I do.
We're going to leave it right there for today, folks. That's the end of part 2. We'll do part 3 tomorrow. GoatBoy is still butthurt, and he talks to another officer. It's not a state police officer. I'm not quite sure who it is. I believe he's employed by the college. But the boy is so butthurt, he can't get his FOIA. And there's no records prominently dee-splayed. Oh, dearie me. Whatever will he do next? Well, we'll have to find out tomorrow. But in the meantime, if you enjoy watching stupid people do stupid things on my channel, please subscribe, because the world is filled with stupid people, and they all migrate here to the YouTube platform to showcase their hidden talents, whatever the hell those might be. And Dr. Day is more than happy to edit those videos and bring them to you so you can have a laugh for the day. No doubt about that. Please check out my other channels, including Dr. Dave, Debunker of Frauditors and Subsets. Oh, there's plenty of stupid people over there to point and laugh at. And if you need more stupidity, there's my main channel, which has over 6,000 video uploads for your viewing pleasures all day and night. These frauditors just need to find a damn job, but they're too stupid because they have no education or job skills. That's why they're frauditors. Cheers to that, sweetheart.
An ordinances book. Yep, that's correct. Come again. Is there any reason why these officers are here?
I got permission.
Sir, you cannot film me here.
Because the information you're providing is unlawful.
I don't want you filming me.
Call the sheriff. I have permission.
I don't want you to film me.
Don't get close to me.
You want to go that route? What is the reason for calling the officers here? I want to know what your job title is to see if you're able to assist.
Who are you?
Who am I? Who's the one who called the officers in the first place? Because this may become a legal suit now. This is transparency. I'm conducting an audit. While I wait for the clerk to show me the statute about freedom of information, I need to do an inspection on the town, city, zoning and ordinances book.
I have permission. I have permission. I have permission to film here, sir.
Ma'am, please ask your superior before disrespecting somebody of the public. Where's the water department for this town?
Don't yell. I'm talking to you softly. Why are you yelling at me?
Sir, please stop recording me.
Okay, I need to do an inspection.
I understand that. Please stop recording me right now. You do not have my permission to record me.
Okay, is your facility open to the public?
Not currently.
Not currently, okay. Okay, can you comply with my request? Where's your water department? Ma'am, you're totally wrong. This would become a legal matter if you choose to go this route. Should I go over FOIA law with you?
No, I don't need to see that.
Show me the statute.
Sir?
Can you show me the statute?
Sir.
Who are you with?
What do you mean, who am I?
Who are you with?
What do you mean? I have the right to record, ma'am. I have permission here with me. I'll be waiting for the statute. Thank you. I'll be waiting for the book, sir. Ma'am, this is going to turn out a legal matter.
Okay, sir.
This is going to become a legal matter. Please comply. Pass. I got to pass. Along with an inspection on the zoning and ordinances book.
I'm going to be conducting some business here. I'm going to be recording it.
Ma'am, it's up to you, ma'am. There may be a suit in the court of law for non-compliance. What do you mean who I'm with, ma'am?
I don't know what you want.
I don't know why you're giving me a hard time or a bad attitude. In order to do an inspection on a book readily available. Hi, ma'am. What's your first name?
How can I help you, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Can you tell me what's your first name?
Who are you?
The budget book, ma'am. I need to do.
I don't have. If you want to have a seat, I'll.
Sure, that's fine. Ma'am, I have permission to film. I have permission. I have permission here. Well, you see, the thing is, my good man. Anyhow, compliance is the key, folks. Where does it state that? Ma'am, I need stamped copies of these FOIA here.
Can I help you?
Yeah, sure, possibly.
I'm acting as press, ma'am. First Amendment.
I also have permission here with me.
Okay, ma'am, you also have to abide by 2635.101 basic obligations of public service. Sir, I'm abiding by the statutes. It does not require a name in order to obtain record. Okay, well, you're talking unlawful. You're talking incorrect. That is not true what you just stated. Come again? Very rude. I'm not rude. It all shows on camera. You're the one who's rude. Well, anyhow.
No one really cares.
No one really cares? An inspection, if I wanted to take digital photocopies.
No, you cannot.
Absolutely, I can,
No,
ma'am.
you cannot.
Please comply with the law. Are you refusing service? Just tell me you're refusing service. Hand me over your business card and you will be hearing from my lawyer. If you go ahead and record, that means you're creating a public record and you cannot delete that off your personal phone. Your personal phone becomes a public record.
That's fine. I'll record it.
Okay. Well, sir, there's options to conduct business in person. You can't refer everybody to online. I'm not going to refuse my identification. However, I have not committed any crime. You cannot articulate that I have broken a law. Here's what I will tell you. Here's what I will tell you. Ma'am, there's no expectation of privacy in public. You could just call me sir. I'd like to file a police report of non-compliance about a employee that works here. Sir, I don't answer any questions.
You don't respect me. Why would
So therefore, I'm not obligated to provide any identification in this matter.
you talk about my wife? What does my wife have to do with anything?
No, I'm not providing an address, ma'am. I'm doing a general inspection.
What does my wife? Why put up a picture and say that's my wife of a goat?
Not in my uniform, however, I do have my clipboard with me. That is not lawful, what you told me.
We're gonna have a ball at your cemetery. We're gonna bring you a rose, okay? We're gonna bring you a rose and we're gonna say you were dishonorable. He's attached to the affidavit too. He's part of the enterprise. You drew first blood. Just like you do with all these auditors, you draw first blood. In the next 3 days, I'm going to have a criminal enterprise community section, and it's going to be real well detailed. I got an attorney that's helping me draft it up and write it up. Scumbag. You're just a plain scumbag, man. You want to say why I'm upset and stuff. We're going to prove that you are breaking U.S. code. If I really wanted to be petty, I would take you to court.